welcome to ET Garage. Today I go over why this engine build isn't everything it's cracked up to be. Alright, like I was saying, this build is turning out not to be everything it's cracked up to be. I'm going to do a recap for anyone who's never seen my YouTube channel before. I have a 383 tuned for it in my 90 Corvette. Had issues with it. If you haven't seen, I'll leave a links to the videos somewhere at the end of this video, up top somewhere. You can leave comments and all that stuff or ask questions down in the comment section. But basically, I was doing an intake swap to the cheap Chinese ProFlow. That I found a galley plug for the lifters in the lifter gallery, part of the under the intake and the lifter gallery. So I decided I could have just dropped the pan, pulled the front cover, and probably just replace that plug and hoped everything's okay. And I decided the smart thing would be to pull the motor, go over everything, because it's just one thing after another. And I'm glad I did. I sent this out to get polished, and when they polish, part of the polishing and grinding process is they magnaflux it. And when they magnaflux it, they found a micro crack starting to form. I'll show you where the crack, the general area the crack is. You're not going to be able to see the crack unless they magnaflux it. He showed me, he did the magnaflux on it and showed me where the crack was. When I brought this to him, he shook his head. He already knew that there would probably be a problem because he has a lot of problems with these type of cast cranks. And two main manufacturers of cranks, aftermarket cranks, they use their cast cranks come from China, I guess, and then they machine them here. At least that's the way I understand it. Leave comments below. But this is an externally balanced crank. In other words, the flex plate has a weight on it, and the harmonic balancer has a weight right there on the inside. So basically, this is going to end up costing me probably about an extra $1,000, and I'll go why. The crankshaft was that I ordered is about $581. Let's just say just under $600. I got to order a new flex plate. I could have got around that. I could remove the weight on the flex plate I have. I just decided to order a new flex plate, and this harmonic balancer actually has a removable weight, but then it's designed that way up here too. So I'm not sure if I can do that or not, remove that weight. And this harmonic balancer is getting old. Why chance it? Harmonic balancers really, unless you get one of the really expensive ATI dampeners. If I was building like a real all-out high RPM motor, I probably would spring for one of the really expensive harmonic balancers, but they're not that more expensive. So the crank, the new harmonic balancer, the new flex plate, you're talking about $700, I think, something like that. Then I gotta take the new crankshaft and get it balanced. Now I could have just ordered this crankshaft for about $331. I think that's what it's listed for right now, around that. So just say $335, $340, and took it and get it balanced for, I think they want $330 some dollars. So that would have been yeah. So it would have been like $760. I decided to just spring the extra money for an internally balanced forged crank, and for this build that I'm doing, that crank is more crank than I'll ever need, so it should theoretically never break, or crack, or hopefully give me any problems, unless there's like an oiling problem or something like that. But that's what I decided to do. There's some type of ring test. I've seen this on the YouTube somewhere. I think it might have been Uncle Tony's Garage, where you do a ring test on a crank. And if you don't get that ring, it means the crankshaft has a crack in it. But correct me down in the comment section if I'm doing this wrong. But this has a nice ring to it up here where the crack is. So I don't know how true that is. In the meantime, let me just move the camera real quick and I'll show you the general area where the crack is. And I'll just show you where the general area where the crack is. Show you that. But hold on a second. Let me move the camera. All right. Hopefully you'll be able to see this good. But you will not be able to see it with this crack without a Magnaflux. But it's right in this fillet area here. And it's about that long. And I'm just doing this by memory, but it's basically, whether it's this location or down a little further, it's about that long. And it's a micro crack. You cannot see it without the Magnaflux. But that's where it is. Who knows? I could probably keep running this crank forever like that, but I am not going to take a chance, because if this crankshaft goes, it'll take out the rods, the pistons, the block. It potentially cause all sorts of problems. And then in other cases, I've seen engines with the cracked cranks run, fine for a long time. But I'm not going to take that chance. It ain't worth it. I got the motor out. I might as well do it right and get a good forged crank. So let's move the camera back and I'll go over a few other things. Well, another big disappointment in the engine build, or disaster, or whatever you want to call it. Tell me what you would do. Would you ran this cracked crank and save the money? I actually seriously thought about doing that. It would save me a lot of money and time. I'm still waiting for the pistons to come back. I sent them off to line coating. They probably, on their form, there's a form you fill out for them. They say to 15 plus or minus 15 days turnaround. But this time of year, they're real busy. I called and I checked with the lady, and because I know 15 days this time of year is difficult. They're real busy. That's not going to happen. She's saying more like a month. So probably the end of February I will get them back. Who knows? Maybe sooner, maybe later. I've had that experience where 2 weeks turns into 2 months, so that's just the way it goes. Meantime, all I can do is wait, and people wondering about the cylinder heads, those are another disaster. In the meantime, I did drop one of them off at this place that flows cylinder heads. Should have them done next week. When I get them back, I'll do a video on what the flow numbers are for people that are wondering. I've had people ask me. They're the stock L98 heads, and I ported them, but never had them flow, so I have no idea what they flow. I'll go over that in one of my upcoming videos, and when the new crank comes in, I'll go over that and everything I'm going to need to do before I take it to get it balanced. Okay, I need to know piston weights and all that stuff. Piston weights, piston pin weight, bearing weight, rod weight, and all that good stuff. But that'll be the next video. I'd like to just get this done. Just get this back together in the car and get going, because I got to get my Corvette fix on. I got to get my, even in the wintertime, I like to take the Corvette out and get some twisty mountain back roads and stuff. And so, anyway, I ain't going to keep rattling on. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.